Ali, 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 oh. Ali, 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 oh. CBAFC, Blue and White Army.
We've got two of today's goal scorers, Adam Thomas and Jack McKay. Jack, we'll start with you. That's your first couple of competitive goals since coming to the club, isn't it?
Yeah.
What, happy to get off the mark?
Yeah, I've had a few chances to be fair, so I'm glad to get off and hopefully that just gets the ball rolling for the rest of the season.
And we started off like a house on fire, and you were in behind a couple of times. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah, me and Marnie spoke about it before the game, and we work on training in the little pockets and then playing the forward passes. We just want to be, especially at home, we want to be attactive on the front foot and make it like worthwhile to watch.
And Adam, turning to you, I think that's seven goals in 7 games. Is this the sort of best form of your career, goal scoring wise? Or?
Yeah, I think the most I've ever scored in one season is 7, so I've already matched that in 7 games. I think just with the gaffer and that, with our front three, we're just looking to stay as high as we can, getting in around the box and just get the ball into good areas, and then if you're in and around it, you're going to get chances.
I was going to say that. Is it a setup that's made for both of you in terms of the wide players getting lots of?
I think a lot of the games we've adopted a high press, so we want the team to come with us, the midfield and the back line, and then if we're winning the ball, then we're automatically in a better position then to go and attack. The last thing we want to do is be dragged back. Obviously we need to do our defensive duties, but we want to stay as high as we can on the pitch, get numbers in and around the box, and make it count. And
I think we scored, if not the fastest, certainly the first 2 fastest goals of the day. We kept that discipline throughout the first half. Were you a little bit disappointed we didn't add to it in the second half?
I mean, to be honest, these kind of games can be a banana skin waiting to happen, so we just had to adopt the right attitude and attack it. Put the game to bed in the first 5 minutes. We got the next couple of goals, so we're 4-0, so the game's done and dusted. And then automatically we want to get more goals, but it just becomes a point where the game just sort of fizzled out, but we were managing it well.
And Jack, finally, I think when you go ahead in a game like that and you get that sort of lead against lower opposition, sometimes it can get quite aggressive. Word on Stockton, I think they approached it in the right way. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they didn't lose their heads, they kept going. Maybe that's what happened in the second half. When they came out first half, they were going to try and win the game as well. They were trying to pass it around, and that's why we could pick them off. I think in the second half they sat in a little bit and then tried to get us on the counter, which I think is what they would have wanted to done in the first half.
Yeah.
So obviously then sitting in made it a little bit harder for us. We've got more time on the ball, which then is making us make mistakes. It was just a complete. I think the 2 halves were different, just the way they set it up. But again, like Tom said, we managed it, and I felt we were comfortable.
It did feel like that, in all honesty. Like you say, so to concede so early, from their perspective, they had that time to reorganise at half-time, didn't they? And it did make it harder for you. Just a final word from either of you on Craig Marr's performance in centre midfield today. He's covered every blade of grass, hasn't he, today?
Yeah, I mean, he got a bit money at the end, so I'll have a word with him after. But no, he was different class. I don't think he's had a bad game since he's played this year. He's filled in everywhere. He's been a top professional. You can tell he's got bags of experience. Gave me loads of chances today, so I can't really complain.
He's such a technical footballer, isn't he? So he can just sort of fit in wherever. He's good in tight spaces and he's comfortable on the ball, so it suited for him. Even at full-back, even at winger, midfield, you know what I mean? He does a really good job, and he's a credit to the squad.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've talked a lot about the squad, the unit that you've built, and it's just showing again, isn't it? Again, another W under the belt, and we go on to the next one. It's a home again next week against Bradford Park Avenue. How's the general feeling in the group just finally?
Really positive. I mean, we're coming into training, we're just trying to adopt the right attitude. We're on a good streak at the moment. We know that it might not continue at some point. You know, football's a crazy game, it will go south at some point, but we need to stay together, need to keep doing the right things, and whilst we're doing well, we need to capitalise on that, keep getting the results. And
actually, Jack, the final question. Today could have been a banana skin because you clearly you've been raising your games in the league, that's for sure, and having to play at the top level. I know the manager set that challenge for you, and is that the sign of the squad togetherness and mentality.
I mean, like the gaffers put it on us straight after the last game to treat this like any other game, and to be fair, we've got a good bunch of lads. There's no bad eggs at all, like not even close to it, and we didn't really have to. I don't think anyone put their ego above anything today, and I think we all brought the right mindset. As you can see in the first 5 minutes, we were pressing them. We wanted to win this game as much as any other game, as if we were playing Field or Bradford or whoever we're playing.
He didn't really need to say anything. He just sort of, on Thursday, he said he'll leave it up to us, because we knew today we were not the underdogs for once, so we were the team that needed to perform, needed to take the game to them and obviously get that result.
Yeah, and
it just shows that we've got a good squad.
Absolutely, and I think you just touched on there, being underdogs. I don't think we'll be underdogs going into the next few games. I think a lot of teams now will be sitting up and taking a bit more note of Curzon Ashton, and particularly you guys. So all credit to you, great performance again today. Keep those wins going, and go and enjoy yourself in there with the lads. Well done. Cheers guys.